Steve, we're back.
How
Great
are you,
to
mate?
see you, my man.
Happy New Year.
And to you. You boys at Blackstar have been very, very busy.
We have indeed, mate, yeah.
We've got loads of great new stuff to show everyone. And what better than, and who better than Sir Steve of Blackstar to give us a good rundown of what's actually going on.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, what have we got in front of us?
We have got the next evolution of IDX, IDX Floor,
Okay.
which is launched for 2026, brand new product range. 3 floorboards, essentially distilling everything that the IDX combos are all about in a really compact, nice floor unit.
Okay, so essentially, is this like basically the engine, almost as it were, of the IDX amp minus the power stage and the speaker? Then, effectively,
You got it. Yeah. So you could use this to go straight to front of house, or to an FRFR cab as well.
Yeah, which moving seamlessly on, what we're actually playing through. It's probably a good idea for us to tell everyone actually how we've got everything wired up today as well, and what we're actually playing through.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I'll leave that one to you.
Yeah, so we're running, to begin with, the IDX Floor 1. We're running it in stereo to one of each of the artist FR cabs that are coming out new for 2026 as well. We have a 50 watt model and a 100 watt model, both in 1x12 formats, with a really nice sort of active EQ on there. So great to dial in your flat response speaker to the modeler in a live situation.
And it's working great because we're running the outputs from the cabs directly into the Mac in the studio there. So the good thing with it is you're still getting that feel back when you're playing, rather than just sitting there playing through like cans or studio monitors. We're still getting the benefit of the tone in the room, but we're getting a great direct sound into the boards. So.
Exactly. So I mean, with any modeler that's out there, it's a lot of guitar players spend a lot of time fine tuning their sound in maybe a small environment at home, through studio monitors, something like that. When you get to the show, sometimes you do need to tweak. So having a flat response speaker with you for this type of situation is ideal, especially when you can just tweak the EQ just slightly to the room.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Our Artist FR cabs also have a tilt back stand on them as well, so you can have them in front of you as a monitor, like a wedge, or behind you in a more traditional looking guitar amp situation.
Yeah. I mean, they look great, and when we've just been running some sounds just before we started recording, it feels right. For someone that's like me, I'm just used to old things that were designed a million years ago, old sounding things. It still feels right. It's still got that touch sensitivity there, and it still just feels enjoyable to play. Yeah,
it's really down to our advanced component level modelling. That's a thing that we're talking about a lot these days.
Did you just make that up? No, you didn't really, did you?
It's something that the Blackstar R&D team are super proud about, and the amount of decades that they've been in this industry, previous to the Blackstar lifetime, and everything that they've learned about tone and feel is distilled into what we know as IDX today within the combos and these brand new floorboards.
Well, that was completely apparent, when we did our review of the IDX amp last year. If anyone's watched that video, we got a few different members of staff to come in and just try out, just literally just plugging in, dialing up a tone, and everyone got a great tone and really enjoyed playing through the amps within seconds. It wasn't like I've got to go through this bank or that bank, or now I've made it sound worse because I've hit the wrong knob or something like that. It was like, just had that familiar feel, but just really quick and easy to use.
Yeah, the amp models that we choose for this product and we've chosen they don't just sound like the amps, they behave like them. Yeah. So if you dig in harder, it's very expressive. If you roll the volume back, you can clean up, and that's for a player like yourself, John, feel is so important.
Yeah, I have to get by on feel. That's how I get by.
It's important, right?
Exactamundo. Right, so should we just what have we got? We've got like a twin sort of tone going on at the moment, haven't we?
So just to kind of break down what we're using at the moment before we delve into different preamps and stuff like that. We are running a American style twin, which is part of our Ampton faithful recreations of classic amps in here as well.
Yeah.
And we're dialing in a 6L6 power amp,
Yeah.
which is kind of traditional in that world, and we've got a really nice spring reverb on at the moment. So yeah, a basic clean, just on the edge of breakup tone.
Okay.
Nice.
Should we add a little bit of stereo to that?
Yeah,
we
we've got a
messing about
delay
with?
already loaded in. So this is a digital delay, and obviously we're using stereo at the moment because we can.
Why in the hell not?
Sounds killer. So at the moment we've got 4 effects blocks. We're utilising a reverb choice and a delay choice. Mm-hmm. We also have modulation option as well and a pre-effects, which essentially is your boosts, your compressors, your drives. So you can have 4 on at one time simultaneously. Okay. There's over 35 usable, and I'll say the word usable, studio quality effects in these units. So there's a lot of choice, a lot of options. But if we dial in the mod, I've currently got it set to a really nice sort of harmonic tremolo.
Oh, nice. That's right.
It's also worth reminding the folks out there watching that there's actually 2 patents on this unit, and we gloss over it sometimes, but to get the reward of a patented feature on a product, it ain't easy.
No.
You got to do a lot of proving that you've got something very, very unique, and we've got the Blackstar ISF, the infinite shape feature, which changes that tone stack from American to British. And we've also got the TVP, the True Valve Power. So we've got the power amp valve response, EL34, EL84 and 6L6 to choose from. And that really is a huge fundamental part of the feel.
Yeah.
Even when you're using an FR cab.
Yeah, I think good way. Maybe we should show that off by adding in a bit of drive.
Yeah.
And then we can maybe change this response.
Yeah.
I know we covered this in the previous IDX amp video, but it kind of is a nice reminder, and obviously it's across the board on the 3 different units, isn't it?
Yeah, so it'll give you those subtleties for sure.
Okay.
So let's maybe lose the delay. Okay, just twice,
okay.
And then we'll add a. We've got a TS drive on there.
Okay, cool. So what are we on there?
All right, we're on 6L6 at the moment.
6L6, okay.
So we'll jump to 84, which will be a darker tone.
All right, let's try that.
.34.
Nice.
So if you're a player that spends a lot of time around valve amps, you will notice those nuances.
Oh, big time! Yeah, the feel made me play differently as well. It was like the in that EL34 mode, it had more of that kind of made me feel like it was more of like a blues breaker type sort of like that kind of old fashioned 60s blues rock sound. But then when you go back to the, is that 6L6?
6L6, yeah.
I need my bins on. It's got more of that.
You won't find that on any other product.
No.
That power amp valve modelling.
Yeah.
Right? And that's where so much of the feel comes in.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've maybe should have told everyone a little bit sooner. This thing costs 169 quid. I mean, it's unbelievable the sound that you can get, recorded for that cost. I've driven Drew insane, basically, when we've been in here with really loud amps, mics all over the place, and we're like, right, let's hear what it sounds like, and then you get the tone back, and we've been playing through, massive expensive rigs, sounds great in the room, and then we listen back and we're like, that just sounds terrible, what have we done wrong?
Talking about in the room,
Yeah.
so that is a term and a feature which is part of this product.
Yeah.
So our cab rig option, which is basically our IR-based speaker simulator, mic and cab choice,
Yeah.
it for the first time is available on a product that you can actually manipulate and dial in on the fly using this small OLED screen, which I think is amazing because you get to a gig and you've got a 4x12 sim with a ribbon mic and you think, it sounds a little warm, it sounds a little thick, I need it brighter. You can go for a dynamic at the touch of a button, which I think is great. So at the moment, let's check in. So if we press cab rig, we're using at the moment, what we're using is an Artisan 30 2x12 cab, which typically is a vintage 30 setup.
Yeah.
We've got a ribbon mic and we've got the room on 0.
Right, should we turn the reverb off as well?
Yeah,
So
let's
we can
do
hear
it, yeah. All right, so just while we're talking about the room, we can increase that sort of room feel, but the in the room feature, just so I can show you, so you've got mic ribbon, you've got condenser, and you've got dynamic, and then you've got ITR in the room.
Yeah.
So even if you're on the ribbon that we were on, you can still have some room reflection in there as well. So let's just try a little bit of that.
I love that. So cool. It just, that just does not feel like a direct sound.
No.
It's killer. So cool.
And if we go 0 again, we'll be flat.
I'm going to be sad now. Back to 4, please. Wicked.
So the mic'd up sort of direct mic sound is what a lot of guitar players will be used to and they'll love.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for that 3-dimensional amp in a room, we have the in the room feature, ITR, which is great for headphones really. And you can use it in a live environment. It just depends on your tastes.
Oh yeah,
So
I'm
if
sure
we-
that tone I had there, would be nice for certain parts on a track or or like an overdub or something like that. But you'd want kind of probably a more of a drier, direct sound. Certainly if it was a heavier rhythm track or something like that.
Yeah.
So
while you're playing actually, and we got the TS drive loaded in, let me scroll through ribbon, condenser, and dynamic just so people can have a
okay, sure, yeah.
Again, subtle differences, but the dynamic being spikier.
I can hear that like trademark 57 dynamic kind of sizzle that it has there. So
And let's go for the in the room. So
Okay.
let's turn it to 0.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I definitely like that condenser on. I think is that where we were to start
We
with?
were
Condenser on
ribbon
4
in the room on 4.
That's it.
Yeah. So the versatility is there, hands-on. I think one thing I'd be proud to say with this product from us at Blackstar is you don't need a manual.
No, and the thing is, we've done all of this and all these different tones, 1 amp. 1 amp. You know, like we're not going to try and make this video all things to to everyone, because there's going to be people listen to this thinking shut up you old blueser, I want to hear some some 8-string thrash or something like that, or whatever. But this versatility and kind of how authentic these tones are is across the board throughout the different kind of levels of amps and stuff that are in there as well.
Yeah.
So
I'll run through that with you. So
Sure.
you can see the 6 voices here.
yeah.
So if we go to amps 1,
Yeah.
this is all about Blackstar.
Yeah.
And again, we're talking about that advanced modelling technology, that the refinement, the detail that we go through, every stage of the circuit is modelled. So we can faithfully reenact it in a digital format.
Yeah, sure.
So if we just turn off the TS drive, so the first thing we're looking at, if we go back to our mic that we were happy with,
Yep.
ribbon, and then we went down to 4, I think was your
Yeah,
preferred tone. So voice 1, clean warm, if we just every time we touch it, it will let you know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
based on the clean channel of a St James 6L6. Then you've got Artisan 30, more boutique, earlier breakup. Then we've got St James EL34, the first crunch channel, so it starts to bite a little more. Nice.
Sweet.
HT Club, part of the venue range. And then we get into the high gain stages, so we've got a Series 1 100
That's my high gain playing.
and then St James 100 as well.
That's me
So-
on the high gain.
You'll be pleased to know as well, if for any high gain players out there, we have a built-in noise gate which is fully accessible on the front as well. So all you need to do for that is press shift and you get access to gate, resonance and presence as extra features.
Sweet.
Which is great. So down to amps 2.
Right.
So these are our faithful recreations of classic amps we know and love.
Yeah.
Again, these are all reference models at the office in Northampton, England. Talking about Northampton, these are called Ampton models.
Cool.
So we have a twin. And we can scroll through to an Ace 30.
There you
Plexi.
go.
So you could see there it came on a little louder.
Yeah.
So if I touch any of the dials, it lets me know on the distance ring where the setting is and where it physically is as well.
Sure,
So
okay.
it's really easy to see that.
Yeah.
And then we have an 800, we have a Rec and a 6L6, so a lot of high gain available there.
Sure. Yeah.
Then we have another 6 voices. So 18 voices at your disposal really quickly. Here we have a acoustic 1, acoustic 2. So you've got a bright and then a warm acoustic. Then you've got an acoustic sim for electric, and then you've got 3 bass. So this is a multi-instrument product.
Yeah.
So fantastic if you're in those situations, if you're doing a function gig and you need a bit of an acoustic sim for one part of the song instead of changing guitars, etc. So we'll give some examples of some tone examples of that as well at some point. But a lot of bang for your buck.
Yeah, I mean, 169 quid. It's like it's literally unbelievable value for money.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm sure even as time goes on and you know, prices go up and stuff like that, you know, this if you'd have come in and said it was 299, I'd have still said it was, you know, insane value for money. So
there are 3 models.
Yeah.
3 models to suit budget and style of guitar player, really.
Yeah.
So we've been looking and started out on the IDX Floor 1, and hopefully when I click my fingers, you'll see an IDX Floor 2. All right, so IDX Floor 2.
It's just grown a pedal.
It has. So this has an integrated expression pedal. Apart from that, it's the same as the 1.
Okay, cool.
So for the extra bit of cash, you're getting an expression pedal, which can do a number of things. You've got 3 modes here. You've got volume, wah, and also custom.
And so price-wise, as of January 2026 NAMM launch, £219 this is. So let's go.
A lot of bang for your buck. So at the moment, we're set to custom on this particular patch.
Yeah.
And what that's doing is it can be assigned to any parameter. So within this patch at the moment, it's increasing and decreasing the spring reverb.
Okay.
So at the moment we're on 0, and I'll increase it as you play.
Yeah.
Standard situation with the expression pedal, it's got the toe push down, and you'll feel it engage.
Yeah.
So maybe let's look at volume, which is obviously pretty basic. So full volume.
I better turn my volume up on the guitar.
All right,
Swell.
that's simple. If you had a really long, exaggerated reverb, great for swells.
Yeah.
And stuff. And then we've got wah. There's a couple of choices of wah within the Architect software. We did talk about the fact that no manual required really with this gear, but and no software needed because it's all in the unit. It's the same as the amps. You can edit everything on here with your hands. But if you do want a deep dive, especially with calibration and what you want on the expression pedal, you can link it to the Architect software for Mac and PC. So at the moment we've got a wah. And then just click it off.
Cool.
So that can be stored within your patch. And that's the IDX Floor 2. Killer.
Awesome.
But let's jump to IDX Floor 3, which is the fully fledged unit.
Yeah, let's go. Seamless. Absolutely seamless.
IDX Floor 3, the daddy of the range.
Absolutely. And as I kind of mentioned in that last clip when we was talking about the 2, how I would use you know, a rig like this would be as an amp and pedal board full replacement. And obviously, you know, seeing all the features here, it gives me that feel of like, oh, it's good, I can just turn on my modulation on and off as I please, and the you know, the drive pedals as I want, and without too much, you know, going backwards and forwards. It's a nice, simple, I'd be able to have a couple of different amps and then just my pedals to go with it.
Amazing. So consider these your stomp boxes at the top. Bank up, bank down situation, 3 channels per bank.
Yeah.
Really easy to lay out, hold for tuner. Again, expression pedal, which can be assigned to wah volume or anything customizable. Really just a lovely layout. Very familiar on all of the models, very familiar amp situation layout. Extra things that are available on On the 3 model is you've got a full effects loop, send and return, 1/4 inch in and out, and also you've got full MIDI as well. So you could even integrate Blackstar's Live Logic MIDI board in front of this on your board, which would look sick anyway, but you could have so much more access on that as well if you linked it via MIDI, and it's the same colour chassis.
Yeah, yeah. So it's the floor 4. Almost.
Yeah.
3 plus 1.
A few more buttons to tap dance on.
Yeah, yeah. And you were saying that it has a freeze function as
Yeah,
well,
so very similar to our power amp pedals range. On the time-based effects like modulation, delay and reverb, you can essentially hold and it will freeze the effect. So for an example, let's look at delay to begin with.
Yeah, let's do that.
So for the
Nice.
keen eye on this camera angle, you would have seen the mix and the feedback changing level.
Yeah.
And the same for reverb as well.
Okay. Scratchy pot. I like that
Nice.
with it on 10.
So I don't know what is on this patch, but let's just try the modulation. There's a harmonic trem on there at the moment. It's set pretty low, so if we just take off maybe the pre-effects for now, just give me a... like a Leslie vibe.
Yeah, it gives you that ramp up, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And price on the IDX Floor 3, correct, as of January 26.
£279, including VAT.
Amazing.
Amazing, yeah. I mean, it's just everything that you could wish for out of a an amp sim and an effects rig, and really like nothing that you don't need in there as well. I know that's a really cheesy thing to say, but like if you want to just get on with it and get a good tone and actually play your guitar and not spend hours just tweaking trying to find a sound,
Yep.
it's just absolutely where it's at. And really for us, it's like, we sell loads of quad cortex, we sell, there's Helix in the past and all this other kind of stuff. And like value for money wise, what we're getting out of this tone wise, I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. I mean, I know a lot of people are really into the neural stuff for the super high gain tones, and Line 6 have got their fans and stuff as well. But for me, this holds its own with any of that stuff. And for a player like me, and I know a lot of the staff that work here as well, it's just a much more intuitive unit for us to demonstrate even to customers as well when they come in.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's a quick understanding, isn't it?
Yeah.
Regarding the Artist FR speakers that we've been using, again, they're lightweight, compact. I think you're looking weight-wise around about 10 kg over here and about 12 here. Yeah. It's a 1x12 with a whizzer cone, so it's got that really nice sibilance that you need for that FR situation. So we're super, super proud of the products that are coming out this year, and
yeah, no, it's killer.
Real amp tone from a real amp company. That's one thing that we're saying a lot now, and we're super proud of that.
Yeah, I mean, you're just getting so much value for money. You go upstairs and look in our pedal room, and we've got one knob boost pedals that cost £300 and stuff. And of course there is a place for that. We all love that kind of stuff as well. But if you're looking for value for money and some fun and some inspiration, or even if you just want to start getting into using a stereo rig, you could use this in conjunction with your amp and maybe one of these FR speakers and get some amazing wet dry kind of stuff going on as well.
Yeah.
So,
and if you've got a favourite boost pedal or a favourite overdrive that you want to use, you can put it in line with this. Yeah, straight as you would in the front end of a typical amp. Yeah, no, that's great. That sounds amazing. And like first impressions, like it was with the IDX, it was just like, great tone. We can dial in a sound really quickly, really easy, and just get on with playing and having some fun.
Nice.
Thanks, mate.
No problemo. What else have we got? There's more things to look at.
Yeah.
Okay, another seamless transition. This time we're with a couple of little valve beauties here, TV-10 A and B. So these are amps that you already make in a slightly different format, right?
Yeah, so originally we had the combos in both models, 1x12 combos, and these are a new interpretation of those amplifiers with some slight refinements for this situation. The cabinet is slightly bigger, being a 1x12 cab. Yep. So yeah, a little tweaking along the way, but beautiful amps, single-ended, Class A heads. The TV-10A is very much more of an American style situation. Beautiful crystal clear cleans with a really nice drive circuit in there which you can switch in with the supplied foot switch. And the TV-10B is more of a British interpretation of some classics that we know and love from history, with a sort of a boost circuit, like a plexi drive in 2 channels together sort of situation.
Yeah, and do they both have reverb as well?
Yeah, so it's a very simple layout. So it's volume for your pre, it's got a single tone dial for your EQ. So it's a case of finding the sweet spot on your tone dial. All the way clockwise is brighter, all the way anti-clockwise is darker, of course, and it's finding that sweet spot. Mm-hmm. And then we have a digital reverb in there, and also a master volume.
Okay, yeah. So we've got the master up pretty high and the input gain pretty high, but I haven't got the drive circuit in. So I'm just going to kind of just roll the volume down a little bit on the guitar and just go through kind of the volume and the pickup selector to get some kind of different sounds. Just really touch sensitive there. You can hear when I was on the humbucker, has that real bit of kind of like spit to it, doesn't it? And then the single coils have kind of got a little bit more kind of spank and some compression to it. Turn that reverb up a little bit.
So that reverb feels really natural, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I was expecting, I cranked it up quite a lot there and I was thinking, it's going to just completely fall apart now, but it sounds great. It sounds really natural, and I'm hearing more reverb without it kind of taking over the sound.
Yeah.
So, which is a lot of reverbs do suffer from that.
So, being a 10-watt amplifier, you would think it's a pretty quiet amp, but that's totally a giggable situation.
And it's not falling apart either.
Yeah.
A lot of kind of small amps, when you get them into the studio, crank them up, they sound fine, mic'd up, but this has still got some real kind of authority to it, hasn't it? It's still got some kind of some thrust on the low end, and it's not, really not breaking up, in a nasty way on the high end either.
So in the pre, you've got a 12AX7 or an ECC83 as we call it, Blackstar, and in the power amp you've got a single 6L6, very reminiscent of that American style sound, with a drive pedal in front almost.
Yeah, it just sounds great. It's just really a lot of fun to play through, and we've spent probably 30 seconds putting the mics down to get these sounds, and it just really, really good tone straight away.
So interesting you say about the mics. Obviously, we're using some really high quality mics here. There is also an emulated line out on the rear panel of these heads, which takes the circuit post power amp. So it takes the pre and the power amp. Being a single-ended amp, you're going to get a lot of natural harmonic distortion through the master volume. So you can really, when you push that master volume, you're going to feel it if you're connecting front of house, direct PA, whatever the situation. So, and you don't need a load to run these heads. You can use the heads on their own without connecting a speaker cab as well, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, that is great as well. And I guess for silent stage thing we were talking about earlier as well, you still get the juice from the amp that you used to, but you know, someone else is in control of your volume.
Yeah,
no!
It's so much more controllable in this environment. It's a loud 10 watts, but it's not hurting our ears.
But it doesn't. This sounds like a you know, like the same kind of authority and headroom of like a 40-watt amp.
Yeah.
But it's not too loud in the room. You know, it's not the volume level of a 40-watt amp. It's still got that kind of, you know, 10, 15 kind of watts, but it's a proper thrust to it. It really has got some kind of authority to it. And like I said, the top end isn't sizzly, and the low end isn't farty, for want of a better description. So, but that's what happens in the real world situation. Even with like an original old Princeton, you turn them up to like, you know, 6, it's just right. When you go above 8, it all kind of like, unless you want that Neil Young, you know, like waiting to explode guitar tone.
Yeah.
If you still want some definition to the Strat sounds, and you really notice there, you know, even though this is a Tom Anderson, it's you could really hear the dynamics, couldn't you? When I switched between the humbucker and the single coils,
for sure, yeah.
You was like, wow, this like the single coils sound really stratty, don't they? So
have you got the drive circuit loaded in?
No, that's off.
So that was that was the initial channel.
Yeah.
You can clean it up as well, by the way. It's not just drive from the get-go. You could bring that preamp level down if you wish, but I don't know if you want to dial in that second circuit.
Right, so that's with the boost drive circuit engaged now, and immediately it sounds kind of more British sounding, doesn't it? Yeah, to me that feels like a clon style pedal in the front end of the amp.
Yeah.
It is. Well, there you go. Great fun.
Yeah. So I would recommend, obviously, you know, you might when we jump to the next amp, the TV-10B, you might have a definitive idea of which one you prefer, but I would highly recommend A, B in between the two if you have the opportunity.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they are different flavours.
I think what we'll do is when we go to the B now, why don't we keep the drive circuit engaged? I'll play a little bit now with the drive circuit engaged on this one, so we get a kind of a fairer comparison.
Perfect.
And then we can explore what the amp sounds like without the drive circuit. So. Just roll the volume down on the guitar. Nice. Right, let's go to the B. Okay, so we're on the B now, and we've got the drive circuit engaged and pretty much set like how we left the A. nice. That was absolutely touching. Like, we've got nothing on the floor. You can see them going in directly into the amp, just all from the guitar as well. So that was really inspiring. I enjoyed that.
It's got that bark, that British bark, that I think is just stunning.
Was that is the hair around the note? Maybe you can't get that over across on the recording, but you feel it when you're playing it. It's got like there's something swirling around in the room that, you know, kind of on the edge of the note. Yeah.
One of my favourite tones on this is a humbucker. Roll the tone back, and you get that early Cream Clapton thing. Is stunning, man.
Yeah. We'll see if I can get there. That's the best I can do. Yeah, great.
Nice.
Killer.
Yeah, man.
So I'll just turn off the drive circuit now.
Yep.
And I'll just bring the master up just a smidge and maybe drop the gain back a touch.
So more of a cleaner.
Yeah, clean.
Example.
So it's kind of a clean but dirty kind of sound, isn't it? Because it's still got that, you know, when you play very softly. You can hear it's just starting to go there, and then we go to the humbucker. Kind of John Frusciante sort of sound, where it's just kind of you know, just on the edge of breakup, but you can still do the Hendrixy chords.
So for my ears, a big difference in the flavour of the sound.
Completely, yeah. That definitely is unashamedly kind of American sounding, and that has just got so much kind of British heritage and, you know, that sonic flavour there straight away. And you could just sit there playing kind of... Just got that. Yeah, and Jamie was saying earlier, just the ultimate rig would be a nice little AB box, wouldn't it, as well, to switch between these two.
So it's worth mentioning as well, in both the cabs, there's a different speaker. Mm-hmm. Just to really match the head as best we can.
Yeah.
So they're both Celestions. We've got a Celestion A-type speaker in the TV-10A with the cream Tolex, and in the British Racing Green, the TV-10B, we've got a Celestion V-type, which is based around that V30 feel. So they are different. You could mix and match if you so wish, but they're suitable and designed around the preamp and the power amp stage.
Yeah. I think you know, if you're a player that's maybe played through kind of higher gain amps in the past, and you're looking for something maybe a little bit more classic sounding that isn't too loud, then I think these are really, really good choices, because we were just saying off camera, you know, these amps have got a familiar to me feel from the Blackstar kind of heritage. They're just enjoyable to play and fun to play. You know, a lot of amps, you know, certainly a lot of kind of black panel Fenders, until you get them up to where they start cooking, you're like, you've got to be on it, because the note just chops off really quick. And again, a lot of British circuits are just so razor sharp on the treble, even though they might be sounding kind of gainy and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas these amps are just, you know, I've never played through these until we come into the room today and set them up. I've tried the B version of the combo, and you know, and loved it when I tested it out with Alex before. But they're just really, really fun amps to play, and with that, having that kind of that Klon style boost in there as well, you know, you can just have a lot of fun just with the volume control on the guitar, that boost pedal, and you know, in the 5-way switch or whatever guitar it is that you're using, you can get so many different tones without killing everybody with volume. And if you want to do it all on stage, you can do it without a speaker as well, can't you? If
You can, yeah. So. And I've tried, the first time I heard the TV-10A, it was through a 4x12, and it blew my head off. It was killer.
Yeah, I mean, that B would be killer through a 412, wouldn't it, as well?
Stunning, yeah. So, I mean, simplicity, but beautiful.
Yeah.
But a load of really exciting products for 2026, mate.
It's like my Labrador. Simple but beautiful. Poor Bowser. Well, there you go. But, yeah, I mean, what a lineup for 2026. You've got so many cool things. I mean, we've gone from kind of one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, those IDX floors, you know, it's the same kind of ethos really, because yeah, okay, it's got a lot of bells and whistles, but I was just happy with, you know, dialing the sounds that we were going for and just being set with it. Okay, you know, I'm sure there'll be some comments where people want to hear a specific high gain sound with a 7-string, or, you know, but you know, this video is going to be long enough as it is.
Yeah.
And we could go to, you know, keep chatting for days and keep coming up with new tones. But I think the overriding feeling from me is like, these things just sound great. Just have fun, play them, and just get a load of enjoyment out of just, you know, trying to get better at the guitar and you know, and just getting some good tones. So there you go. So Steve, as always, my man, thanks you
mate.
so much for everything.
Bless you.
Any questions? Sorry, I've kind of waffled on a bit, but I've actually really enjoyed doing this and actually playing guitar nice and loud rather than sitting in front of the Excel spreadsheet. So yeah, sorry for the waffling. Any questions, please let us know, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.